This rainbow cookie is for the almond lover in you. It is straight up scrumptious with layers of red and neutral and green almond goodness, the sweetness of the apricot and red raspberry preserves, and chocolate, of course. Did I tell you it was decadent? It is flavorful. Guess what? This special dessert is also gluten-free. Hi, I'm Chef Fran, and today we're making rainbow cookies. Not sure if you're familiar what they are, but it is an Italian cookie, and it is basically made with almond paste, almond flour, and I use coconut flour too. Yeah. But the most thing about it is that it has this beautiful red and green, and the plain color is just like yellow beige kind of. And it's so decadent because it has chocolate and it has the filling of, either apricot or raspberry. I like to put them both. Here are our ingredients. So this is the almond paste, what it looks like. It's about $13 in the store to buy it. It's wrapped in this special foil, and it looks like this when you take it out. Now, you can make your own. If you take some blanched almond flour, some powdered sugar, confectioner sugar, egg whites, and some almond extract, and you can save money that way and do your own. So what I'm going to do here is that and this is 7 ounces. Normally you need 8, but you can get away with 7, and we're going to get away with 7. So you can cut it with your hands. You can use a knife. Just want to cut it in some small pieces. Here's our vitamin content. So I'm going to pour my egg whites in here so they can start to get fluffy. Okay, because I gotta get them fluffy. Now this is gonna work all by itself. Okay, so while that's doing that, I'm over here working with my paste. I'm gonna add my 1 cup of sugar. A 1 cup of sugar, and I needed 1 cup of butter, so that's 2 sticks. Now remember now, this is the holidays, so things are a little rich. This is not diet time. That's next one for the new year, when we all make that resolution. You know it, the one that we always do. We gonna lose weight this year. So I'm just cutting some of my butter that I'm going to mix here with my sugar and the almond paste. So your butter has to be soft. So you definitely want to leave it at room temperature and let it be soft. And once I get this to be fluffed up as well from the sugar and the paste. And before we put the chocolate, that's the very last step, we have to put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Okay, so here I am. I wanted you to see this, how this is nice and fluffy. My almond flour is already measured out, 1 1/2 cup, and my coconut flour, 1/2 cup is measured out, and my little 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And this, I'm gonna start in the mixer when I add it, after it's all incorporated with the egg, and then I'm gonna finish it by hand. Then I'm adding the egg. Like I said, 1 by 1. I've already added 1. This is my second. I have 2 more left. In this case, I don't have leavening agents. Well, the egg white is going to really kind of be my leavening agent. And yes, did you know that you can actually have egg white be your leavening agent? But this is not a cake that we really need. Well, cookie. I'm calling it petit four cake. That really rises. However, it is really important if you're using something that has baking powder, baking soda, some form of leavening agent. Flaxseed can even be a leavening agent. You can use it in baking as well. I'm not sure if you knew that, but now you know. Here we go. Again, we want to get this all incorporated down in here. Looking really beautiful and creamy. Now we got to be careful not to overbeat our flour, so that's what we're going to start in here, and then we're going to take full control doing the rest by hand. We don't want to do everything by the mixer here because you could overbeat very quickly and then you get a hard product. You want to always start with flour, whatever you're doing. If you're using any form of liquid, always start with flour, always end with flour. Flour, mix a little bit, sour cream, mix a little bit until we finish with the flour. Okay, so I'm putting in some of the almond flour, already put in my coconut flour, some of my almond flour, already done half the cup of the almond flour, I've already done some sour cream, and I've also done all the coconut flour, which was half a cup. I am going to now get my egg whites that I have whipped up and fold them into 3 parts. This is for my red, my green, get a little more cloudy, and this is for my plain. Now I'm just gonna fold this here in here. Just going to gently fold it while I actually add my red food coloring. Now I like it to be red. So this is gonna be red. It's not gonna be your typical pinkish. So now, the unevenness of the lines, don't worry about it. It will not mess up how it cooks. And also you won't even see it because that's where we're going to put our preserves on that, because we're going to use the back side of it, which will be a lot flatter. So that's what we get the ganache. So let me go ahead and put the raspberry first. And this is my green layer. I'm just spreading this out, and I made my ganache. All I did was take some chips, and I took some heavy cream, let that come almost right to a boil, and then poured it over my chips and just let it sit for 2-3 minutes till it was starting to all melt up, and then I just started to mix it in. And we'll do the apricot right between the plain layer and the red. But these came out pretty thin because they're so delicate. There are some pieces that will break, but it's okay. No one's gonna know, no one's gonna see it, because you're gonna have your preserves, 1, covering it, and 2, it's gonna be covered the top with chocolate. So people are gonna be so immersed in the chocolate and eating the cookie itself, they're not even gonna know what took place inside that. You might have had a crack or 2. So this is how I try to connect it really quickly. Like this. We're gonna put the chocolate, and then we're gonna let it chill. And then you have to go let this chill so it sets. Because ganache, once it gets cold, it sets pretty hard. I love how you can taste the almond paste, a little bit of that coconut. Just a great gluten-free cookie. If you've never even eaten a rainbow cookie before, you need to do so. You need to try it. Try something at least once. If you love almonds, this is the dessert for you. You love dark chocolate, this is the dessert for you. You love preserve, raspberry, apricot, this is the dessert for you. If you don't, more for me. Subscribe for more delicious recipes and vitamin details. Also, your support will continue to allow my channel to grow. Look how pretty and dainty these Italian rainbow cookies look with the festive colors of Christmas. Did you know the colors represent the Italian flag? The texture inside this cookie is soft and chewy from the almond paste. It's a little bite-sized cookie that you cannot get enough of, and you just want to keep eating more and more of it.